Today, I'm gonna go over what the 30 Hard Challenge is, what the 6 rules are, and you know me, I've put together a 30-day calendar of free workouts for you if you'd like to do the challenge with me. This year, I am doing something different. Every winter, I emerge feeling overwhelmed, overworked. I've hardly been outside and usually weigh 5 to 7 pounds more. I generally take this kind of flexible approach and try to just work out more and eat a little healthier. But this year, I want a little bit more structure. That's why I'm doing the 30 Hard Challenge, and I want you to do it with me. Let's go. Now, if you're new here, my name is Rachel. I'm a certified Pilates instructor and occupational therapist. I'm a mom of 2, and I will be 40 in 3.5 years. So I feel like now is the time to really see what I am capable of. Now, as I understand it, the 30 Hard Challenge is a lighter version of the 75 Hard Challenge, which was created by a man named Andy Frisella. Am I 75 hard material? Probably not. So that's why I'm trying this 30 hard kind of lighter version, because I think it would fit my lifestyle better. So right away, let me go over the rules. And don't get too scared, because I'm going to tell you how I'm going to modify them for myself and maybe for you as well. Rule number 1, exercise 2 times a day, at least 30-minute sessions, and one of them has to be outside. Number 2, follow a diet of your choice. Number 3, no alcohol. Number 4, hydration, so choosing an appropriate amount of water for you. Number 5, tracking your progress, so either taking pictures or measurements. And number 6, reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day. And I've created a sheet that you can download as well, so you can see these rules, and I have kind of tweaked them to make hard versions and light versions so that it can fit everyone in this community and really set you up for success. Now, if this is the first time you're seeing these rules, you might think, okay, that's way too rigid for me. And honestly, that's what I thought as well when I was first introduced to this challenge. But then after I got a comment in January where someone said, oh, I'm using your workouts for the 30 Hard Challenge, I thought, oh, okay, it doesn't have to be as extreme as I thought. Let's dive deeper into each of the rules, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to modify it to fit my life as a busy woman over 35 with kids who works full-time. Now, I just want to cut in quickly and say I'm going to tell you at the end of the video how you can download the plan, my exercise tracker, and the rules, so make sure you stay to the end for that. Exercise piece first is to do 2 30-minute sessions a day, and one has to be outdoors. So for me, that first session would be a YouTube workout that is Pilates and strength, the workouts that I create. The second will be me just trying to get outside with my kids. So going for a walk or going to a park and walking around there, going for a hike. When I consider this piece, this is really the piece that made me think I need to do this, because this is gonna be good for my family too. My husband calls me a house cat. He says I just love to stay indoors, which is true, because it helps me stay on top of things when I'm indoors, and I can do the laundry, I can clean the kitchen, and the kids can play. When the kids are playing outside and I have to be out there, I feel like nothing gets done inside the house. But I know that getting outside is so good for me, good for my mental health, that helps you sleep better. So I am challenging myself for these 30 days to get outside. Now, realistically, I know many of you are very busy, and 2 times a day is just too much. So the lighter version would be 30 minutes of movement a day. It could be a 15-minute YouTube workout, and then it could be a 15-minute walk. So I do encourage you to try to get outside, get that piece if you can, weather permitting. And it doesn't have to be a hard workout every day. It could be that mix of Pilates, strength, an active rest day. So do what works for you there. If you have any ideas for other outdoor activities, I'll love for you to comment below. For me to track my workouts, I also got a Whoop strap. So this helps me track my heart rate. It helps me see what zones I'm in. It shows me that I'm not working out as hard as I thought I am. Yeah, it's a little humbling. So it's what I need though. My goal for myself with these 30 days is I want to get stronger in my arms, and I want to improve my cardio. So it's been a while since I worked on cardio. I tend to do more strength training and Pilates these days, but for our health, we truly need to work on cardio as well. That's why you see I've started to add more cardio workouts onto my channel so you can do cardio at home. And while you see, yes, I create exercise videos for a living, do I really give my full potential? Do I really go all out when I'm doing my own workouts? Not really. I really could do so much more. It's been a long time since I felt really excited to exercise and to feel like I had a plan and a goal, and I missed that. It's probably been over 10 years for me, because I've had kids and had pregnancies, and then they're not sleeping well. So I feel like now is the perfect time for me to see what I have left in me. So think of what you currently do and see, are you getting your strength? Are you hitting the flexibility? Are you getting your cardio? Try to have that well-balanced plan. And if you follow my plan, it will have all those components in it. Rule number 2 is diet of your choice. Now, it's up to you if you want to track calories. I have not tracked calories in years. I did it very rigidly 10 years ago when I did bodybuilding. And never wanted to do it again. But I did recently decide, okay, I'm gonna take a look at my diet. I eat pretty healthy. I've always seen challenges like this and thought, okay, that's about weight loss. But the way that it's described is that it is really more of a personal development challenge. So it's designed to push you past your comfort zone and to build discipline and mental resilience. Those are all things that I definitely could benefit from. I could take a look at my diet and see what little changes I could possibly make. I would say I eat intuitively, which means I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm satisfied. I have so much knowledge of calories and macros from my past that it does make it easier to eat intuitively when you are having that knowledge guide your decisions of what you're going to eat every day. So recently I did download an app. I downloaded the Carbon Macro Coach app and looked at my diet and I saw, whoa, I am not eating as much protein as I thought. Like 2 eggs for breakfast is actually not that much protein. And it's up to you. You can decide if you want to cut sugar, if you want to cut certain food groups out. For me, I don't live like that. So I'm keeping everything in. Even if my goal is weight loss, I've always kept everything in, besides alcohol this time. I think there's a case to be made for keeping everything in that you would like to keep in your life. And then if you do lose weight, you say, wow, I was able to keep all these things in and still get results and still improve my health. You want to eat the way that you feel like you could eat the rest of your life. I always made this mistake of being very rigid, and then once I lost pounds that I wanted, I became very scared to eat the other stuff because I thought, well, I got this way because I wasn't eating that stuff. So what happens if I add it all in? So to me, change that approach. Keep it all in within reason if you feel like it's still okay for your health, and work on the portions of everything. That's how I live my life, and it's worked really well for me in terms of maintaining my weight. Of course, it's your own personal decision, but something to consider there. Now, here's also a case for taking a look at your calories. Like, what kind of diet coach are you to yourself? Would you be sued for feeding someone so little that they could not make it through their day, right? So this is kind of a case for downloading an app and seeing what kind of calories do they give you. So for me, just to maintain my weight, they gave me 1,800 calories, and that feels like a good amount for me. If I was trying to lose weight, would I go to 1,200 calories? No, I would not be able to function on that. I might do something like 1,600 calories. So something that's a small deficit, it's gonna make me lose weight slower, but that's more sustainable. It's all about longevity for me and about being able to tolerate stress still without feeling super hangry. So if you kind of feel lost about calories and macros, the portions of carbs, proteins, and fats that you should be eating, I would definitely recommend trying an app like that. So with tracking and realizing, oh, my protein's so low, I started adding in more egg whites in the morning. And I started adding, I bought protein powder. This is the protein powder that I like. I'm just gonna share some products along the way just so you can get a better start. This is a plant-based protein, so if you have a hard time digesting whey protein, that's how I am. A plant-based protein like the Garden of Life one is a really great one. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I just genuinely enjoy these products and I want to set you up for success. If you have ever had success with trying to lose weight and you've done it with keeping everything in and you've been successful with that, love for you to comment below, share your thoughts with us. Rule number 3 is no alcohol. For some of you, this might be easy breezy. You don't drink alcohol anyway. It probably depends on, for me, I went to college and I went to Michigan State. Most weekends, that's just what we did for fun, was to go to the bar. Now, do I do that anymore? No, but do I continue to drink wine when I make dinner? Do I make a little fresh squeezed margarita with my husband on the weekends? Yes. This is already something that's been on my radar to work on because the more research that comes out, it seems that there's really not as many benefits to drinking a glass of wine every day as we thought. So I've already tried to cut back, but I do regularly drink a glass of wine at least a few nights a week. So to cut that's gonna be a big lifestyle change for me. It's gonna be a big lifestyle change for my husband. He's doing that with me. I think that one, if you have a spouse, try to get them on board. Even with just that one rule will make your life a lot easier for you to be compliant with. So I've already started trying to not drink alcohol, and I've tried to buy some of the mocktails. They just all taste terrible. I had the first time I ever got pregnant, I tried non-alcoholic wine, and terrible as well, like so sweet. I don't know why they had sugar to it. So I will not be buying that. I have found I just like, like an Arnold Palmer, I like carbonated flavored water. This is one I tried recently. It's called Liquid Death, and it has a little bit of agave, so it's a little sweet. It's carbonated water, has lime. It tastes really good. I really like this brand. I always thought it was an energy drink just based on the packaging, but no, it's water and it's really good. One of the sheets that will come with the calendar that you download is the rules, and I also put a link for mocktails from Oprah's website. They look really good. I'm definitely gonna try a few of those out. I can tell you, because we've already started not drinking, I've seen a big difference with my husband, and seeing how we just have to process more things that are happening through like the stress of the day. And I think that, as much as I try not to use it for stress and to not process through my feelings, I think the absence of it, pulling it out, will be a good personal development thing for me and for him. So I'm excited to see what happens in those 30 days. Next rule is to drink water. This one is easy for me. If some of you, I bet the alcohol is easy and the water one's hard. We all have our own different things we got to work on, right? General recommendations might be about 8 glasses of water a day. You can look up, based on your size and activity level, what you think is right for you. Comment below, what do you think you're gonna have a hard time with, the no alcohol or the drinking more water, or all of the above? The next one is to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day. I'll tell you the books that I'm reading. So my theme of my own personal development, what do I need to work on? It's, in what ways are you creating more misery than you need to? This is something that my husband lovingly has pointed out to me, that I tend to overthink things, that I worry about things that I don't really need to. This is something that I've been working on the past couple of years, and I've really felt a big difference in how present I can be in everyday life, because now I'm just more okay with when things don't go as planned, when there's changes that are happening. I can accept it more and move on. So the books that I'm gonna be reading: The Daily Stoic. This is just one page that you can read in the morning or night, and it's based on the date. So you can find the date, read the passage. Stoicism, I went through this last year. I looked at my bookmark and it looks like I only made it through April. Now, why is this a good book for me and maybe for you? Well, I feel like I grew up always avoiding discomfort, viewing stressful events, just viewing any kind of inconvenience or unexpected event as very bad and stressful, and I would get paralyzed in thought. What I've learned through this book is to accept things as they are, and that helps me get into action faster. So rather than, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening, what does this mean for the future? I would just stay there for so long. I accept it as it is, and I think, okay, well, what can I do about it? Because not only do I not want to live like that anymore, I don't want my kids to live like that, because they'll definitely become those kind of people if I verbalize all those worries and they see how I react to minor inconveniences. I want them to just be able to accept it and move forward. So as much as this development is about me, and you can think it's about you, also think of what could be good for your children if you do have children. So in keeping with that, the other book I'm reading is The Power of Now, and I'm going to read this before I go to bed. So that will be a nice exchange from usually just looking at my phone before bed. My goal really is to just be more present, to look at whatever thoughts that come into my mind as more of an observer rather than seeing them as truth, as real. And I think that book's really gonna help me. Now, if you want to read at night, this little light can attach to your book. I'm gonna link all these in the description below, and then you can read in bed with the lights down. So I like that. It helps me prepare for bed better when it's dark, but I can use that little light so I can see my book if my husband's sleeping before I am. If you have a book in mind that you've read that you think would be great for people to do during this challenge, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Next is tracking physical progress. This is something that's optional, but in the original challenge, it is part of it. In the original challenge, they say to take a progress picture every day. For me, I know I'm not gonna wanna do that, so I'll probably take a progress picture every week, and I will take my weight and my measurements. I wouldn't say I have weight loss goals, but if really trying to give my all with my workouts, if that changes my body composition in some ways, especially if I'm looking at my diet a little bit more, then of course I'm fine with that. As many of you know, the scale can't really show you if you're gaining muscle or losing fat. So I would say try not to be emotionally attached to that number always going down. Be okay with fluctuations. I know I always have fluctuations in my weight depending on what time of the month it is. And the problem there is that if it's up, let's say, and maybe it's because it's your cycle starting or you're really sore from working out, my weight always tends to go up if I'm really sore. But if you know yourself and you know that's gonna make me really buckle down to eat way less because I'm feeling like there's no progress, then maybe weighing yourself is not going to be a good thing for you in this challenge. My own philosophy for progress pictures, weighing yourself, I think that they're just data points. It's okay to do those things if you know that you're not going to obsess over them. That's something that only you can decide. I was obsessed with them at one point. I got to the point where I was not going to measure anything anymore, and I didn't have a scale in my house. And now, many years later, I'm okay with everything, and I think that they can be valuable. So I know you'll see a lot of opposing views online. For me, I'm more in the gray space of it could be good for some people, but you have to know yourself and know if you think that will be helpful for you in this journey. Now, I'm gonna be posting a results video in 30 days, so you'll get to see my weight, my measurements, what changes happened in those 30 days. And my husband's doing it with me too, so I'm gonna include his pictures, his measurements. We've already started making some changes, and of course, within a week, he looks like a Greek god. Go figure, right? It's like they make the smallest changes, and it makes a huge change in how they look. So those are the 6 rules, and I have added an extra one on my little tracker sheet because I think this one could be really helpful as well. That is to add 10 minutes of a deep, calm activity every day. What does that mean? Deep calm to me is something like doing a meditation or prayer or watching the sun rise in the morning. It's sitting for 10 minutes and drinking a cup of tea in silence. So building in some kind of activity that can give your body deep calm every day. You know, for me, when I build in those activities, it is so restorative to me, and it helps me manage stress better. It helps me sleep better. For me, I'm gonna be doing a hypnosis meditation that I love from YouTube. I'll tag it below. I really like to do that before I go to sleep. So rather than looking at my phone, I'm gonna be doing my 10 pages of reading and then do my meditation and then go to sleep. So those are all the rules. Now to make the exercise piece easier for you, I put together a calendar of 30 days of my best Pilates and strength workouts. I made one kind of lighter version where the workouts are more around 20 minutes. And then I made another calendar that is more 30 to 40 minutes based on my harder Pilates and strength challenge. So I will link both of those below, and you can choose which one you think is right for you. With my calendars, I make them all so you can click the picture and you go right to YouTube. So very, very efficient way to do a workout. Now, if you'd like to download the calendar, my exercise tracker, I've got it all in the description and in a pinned comment below. So make sure you subscribe if you are interested in seeing my progress. And if you're already subscribed and you want to join the challenge with me, make sure that when you see that video, I want you to comment your results as well. I didn't think I would ever be interested in doing something like this again, especially at this stage in my life. But I think what makes it different now versus if I was in my 20s trying to do this is in my 20s, it would for sure only be about looks. At this stage in my life, the personal development piece is so appealing to me, and having that physical piece of really realizing I don't push myself as hard as I could. And what is my true potential? If I really push myself, what could I really do? When I did a bodybuilding show 10 years ago, it was so exciting to show up every day, and you get this sense of accomplishment from your workouts and from eating more protein. Like, you get this satisfaction that I don't have right now in my life because I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of doing things here and there. My hope for myself with this challenge is that I create new habits, that I become more present, that I get stronger, that I can be more patient with my kids because I know I'm treating myself better, and to really connect with so many of you who I know will be interested in doing this challenge as well. and to share our experiences at the end of those 30 days when I post a video of my results and how this all went for me. I cannot wait to see how this went for you. I'm hoping these new habits that I implement in this challenge will really change my year for the better and potentially change my life for the better. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this with you, to have you hold me accountable, and I'm excited to see you in 30 days.